I'm so thrilled that you are here. And before I jump into who I am and what this conversation is about, I want to make this very clear. I am here to disrupt your common understanding and concept of the power of your voice and messaging, of the power and the voice of messaging that you hold responsibility for those that lean on your advocacy and your leadership. I want to make it uncomfortable for you after this session to do any form of advocacy the same old way. My name is Mothyna, affectionately known as Sister Mothyna, and my interest, my commitment to serving you in this moment is understanding that you are a culture shifter, creator, and therefore so necessary in the world, and that your work is necessary in the world. What we're going to step into is a conversation about currency. The currency I'm referring to is the currency of stories, the currency of attention, and the attention you garner through stories we tell. The stories we tell are a communal currency of humanity. When you think about it, everything from where we go to eat, how we hang out, where we go to school, usually has a story in there somewhere. Someone told you a funny anecdote or even an empowering one, or one that made you angry. And you had to decide what you would do next. Take up a cause, invite someone out for dinner, or just be an ear. The stories and the currency that we are creating not only transcends the next hour, the next 2 days, it transcends the next few decades. That is what I understand about your responsibility in the world. So how are you currently using stories? When you think about your work in advocacy as a leader, when you think about the arts, how are you currently utilizing stories? In what ways? Are you using them in speeches? Are you sharing stories when you are writing articles, printing to podcasts, when you are printing to online blogs? How are you currently utilizing stories? Social media, when you advocate in other places, maybe in your local government, for example. In what ways are you currently utilizing stories? We consume stories constantly. So how do we utilize stories in our work? When you show up as an advocate, the idea, the concept, the reality is you do what I call the 3 I's. The 3 I's is something you're responsible for, but unfortunately, most of us, when we get started, we're only aware of the first I. Let me share that with you. Here are the 3 I's that I would like for you to take a look at. Inform, inspire, ignite. Now, most of us are very familiar with the first I, this one right here. When we talk about inform, you have information to share. And we share them in a number of avenues and methods. The information that you are sharing usually creates a shift in culture, a shift in how we operate and how we move in the world. Now, here's what I want to invite you into. Now, in the state of Maryland, for example, you have about over 880,000 students that are currently in public school settings. What happens when you think about within that huge number, how many young people have access to the arts in a way that allow them to nurture and grow and become the next powerful musician, visual artist, vocalist that makes change and impact in our world? Now, the information you have is great, but how are you inspiring people to take action on the information that you share? Your responsibility is to inspire action. The only way you get to inspiration all the way through to action is by igniting a desire to do more in your listener. Remember, attention is a currency, and stories are a way to capture and keep attention. Therefore, it is a currency. So in the form of, after you inform, then you want to inspire and you want to ignite to action. How do we do this?